Welcome to Creative Imperfections, the podcast where perfection is overrated and messy magic gets the spotlight. I'm so glad you're here. So there's a funny thing that creatives do. We love beginnings. Beginnings feel shiny. They're sparkly little daydreams dressed up as productivity. Beginnings feel like possibility, like potential, like you're standing at the edge of something big and the whole universe is whispering, yes. But endings don't whisper. Endings stare you down. Endings demand presence and patience and a level of commitment that makes most creative brains immediately look for the nearest exit. And if you're anything like, well, every creative I know, including myself, you have probably got a handful of half-finished things sitting in a dusty corner of your mind. A script that's 80% done, a class outline that needs one more page, a project that's been almost ready for months. And yet somehow we'd rather start something new than finish the thing that's right in front of us. Not because we're flaky, not because we don't care, but because finishing requires courage. Finishing means we have to decide something is done. And when we decide something is done, we're also deciding we are enough. That what we made is enough. And that is terrifying because once it's finished, the world is allowed to have an opinion. So in order to avoid that, we keep the project open, not physically, emotionally. We keep it unfinished so it stays safe, unjudged, untouched, perfect in theory. But here's the messy truth. Unfinished work builds up like creative clutter. It sits quietly in the background, taking up psychic space, whispering, hey, remember me? Every time you try to focus on something new. It's like having 47 tabs open in your brain. Nothing runs smoothly. Nothing has room to breathe. And I'll be real with you. I had one of those projects recently. A new class outline. So simple. 90% done, and for some reason that last 10% felt heavier than the first 90 combined. I kept putting it off, telling myself I needed a clear head or a better mood or more time. But when I finally sat down and finished it, 10 minutes. 10. And the relief was instant, like I'd been holding my breath without realizing it. That's the thing about finishing. Sometimes the anticipation weighs more than the actual task. We tend to romanticize momentum. We tell ourselves it'll come back once inspiration hits or once life gets less chaotic, funny, or once we feel ready. But the truth is, momentum isn't something you wait for. Momentum is something you create by closing loops. Finishing something, anything, tells your brain, we follow through, we close things here, we are capable. Completion builds identity. So here's your challenge for today, and it's small on purpose because small is powerful. I want you to pick one unfinished thing. Set a 10 or 20 minute timer. Don't aim for perfect. Aim for done. Done is a decision, not a feeling. You get to decide. And listen, if you're drowning in half-finished projects, you are not broken. You are not irresponsible. You are overwhelmed. You are human. And your creative brain has probably been carrying way more than it's had space for. Finishing isn't punishment. Finishing is freedom. It's reclaiming your energy. It's clearing the noise so the truth of your creativity can finally get a word in. So close one loop today, just one. And let that be enough. Because you don't need more ideas, you need more completions. So finish one thing, messy but done. And watch what opens up for you. And always remember, there's magic in your imperfections. Go out there and find it. Thank you so much for joining me on today's episode of Creative Imperfections. If you have a friend who could use this advice right now, please feel free to share this with them. And make sure you subscribe.